Hey, ladies and gentlemen, Average Joe the Average Geek here, and it's Friday, so it's time for our Orville review. This week's episode was episode 7, Majority Rule. And to me, it was the best episode of the season thus far. My previous top was If Stars Should Appear. That was top tier sci-fi to me. This one is right there with it, if not above it. Fantastic episode. Again, I've spoken about it several times here on this channel, specifically in this Orville series that I'm doing, that good science fiction is not afraid to tackle real-life issues. And that is when science fiction is at its best. That is when a show can look at our world through the lens of this fantastical futuristic environment and, tell us something about ourselves. And this episode should definitely probably have been titled 2017. This was the world that we live in now. We could talk about the convergent evolution and other, like an Earth clone. We've seen that kind of trope before in science fiction, specifically in the original series episodes where they went to the Wild West planet or the gangster planet. Looked just like Earth in every way, except different time periods. So that's a separate thing altogether. Let's just talk about what this show had to say this week. Specifically about the biting nature of social media, the dangers of mob rule. Lots of really, really hard-hitting things. We see our main characters go through these issues where, oh no, you've been downvoted by society. You need to be lobotomized. Which is so poignant when you look at where we're at now, when our world is completely at the whim of social media, where individuals get skewered, like tried and convicted and executed in the realm of social media long before the legal world can take a hold of it. Society has already made their opinion, and this isn't the way it's supposed to be, but it is the nature of human existence. This particular episode jumped all over that issue, and it pulled no punches, which is excellent. It really kind of showed the ridiculousness of our society now. Of course, I say this now as I'm about to post a video onto a social media platform and then promote it on a social media platform in the hopes of getting likes and shares. So, kind of shows the pervasiveness of where we're at now. This episode was very well written, very well designed, had some really great things in it. I thoroughly enjoyed it. Definitely an A+ episode for me. Without a doubt, an A+ episode. Let's see. Particular things I really enjoyed. If you've watched my mid-season report card for the Orville, you'll know that the lowest grade that I gave the show was on the humor. I felt that the show maybe tried too hard, and that a lot of the humor didn't hit the way it was supposed to. A lot of it didn't feel natural. This episode was the complete and total opposite of that. Without a doubt, it was funny in all the right moments, and the humor came from the interpersonal relationships with one another and their quips and one-liners with one another. There wasn't anything forced or anything that didn't feel real or feel natural. It felt like actual people talking to each other, and the humor that arises from natural conversation, and which was great. It was definitely, to me, it may not have been the funniest episode so far, but the humor that it had in it was perfect. You laughed at the right moments. You cringed at the right moments. It was very, very good. One of the things, I don't know if y'all noticed this or not, and I might be off base, but I'm pretty sure they adjusted the model of the Orville. Now, we know that they're actually using practical models on the show, which was a fun little tidbit that they released a couple of weeks ago, which is really, really cool. And the level of detail on the actual ship itself has been increased. It looks like they increased the resolution of it and all the fun little bits and bobbles and stuff you can see on the ship. The ship looked gorgeous. So I'm pretty sure they adjusted that, which was really, really cool. I'm loving that ship, and I'm loving Union ship design. I spoke in my report card about how the design of the show absolutely gets an A. It is one of the strongest aspects of the Orville. Let's see. What else can I talk about in this episode? I mean, that was let's see. The one of the other things that they touched on, and this is something that's kind of people go back and forth off in our society, and it definitely tickled my libertarian fancy, was the importance of a republic and the nature of mob rule, of a pure democracy. How a pure democracy does not protect the rights of the individual. It is literally majority rules. Which can be dangerous for society. And we've seen throughout human history how pure democracies have risen and fallen to tyranny. And this society, although it is majority rules, is definitely a tyrannical society viewed in this episode, where it doesn't matter what the truth of the situation is. It only matters how people feel. When feelings and facts are very often diametrically opposed. And I really loved how this episode touched on that. That was really awesome to me. One of the strongest aspects of the show. Yeah, this episode was very good. It's definitely top tier of the season for me. I thoroughly enjoyed it. Definitely gets an A+. It's probably the highest rated episode of the season, right up there with If Stars Should Appear. Yeah, I'm looking forward to see what comes next for the Orville. They're hitting on all cylinders, and each episode is improving upon the next. It looks better, it gets funnier, it gets more and more well written, more and more dynamic, and more challenging, which is everything that good science fiction should be. If you agreed, go ahead and give this video a thumbs up. If you disagreed, go ahead and give this video a thumbs up. Make sure you leave some comments down below about what did you like about this episode, what did you not like about this episode, how does this episode rank with the other episodes of the season, and yeah, let's talk about it. Thank you all very much for watching. I went back to my original backdrop over here at the desk today. I think I kind of like this a little bit more. It feels a little bit more intimate and personal, and I enjoy that. Yes, yeah, let's talk about this episode. Like, hit that subscribe button, all that fun stuff, and we will talk again very, very, very soon. I am Average Joe the Average Geek, and y'all have a good one. Peace!